Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, glad to have you. Today's video is a review of the newly formulated Too Faced Born This Way Natural Finish Foundation. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts, please keep on watching. The foundation packaging is very much the same. It's the typical Too Faced packaging. The bottle for this natural finish foundation has changed. It's the same design, but the shape of the bottle has changed slightly. It used to be a little bit shorter and wider than this. This one looks similar to the matte foundation. So this is what it looks like. Nothing too different. Still has a gold ring on the cover and it still comes with a pump. And I got the shade Chai. Now personally I had this foundation, but I never did a review of the foundation on my channel, but I had it in the past and I used it a lot, and this used to be a favorite of mine. So I wanted to try the new formula to see if this was better. So I realized that not so much different from the other one, because the other one had a natural finish as well. It was a lightweight formula. It was an undetectable medium to full coverage foundation. So I don't think they made a lot of changes. Now I got this from Ulta. I did purchase the shade Chai in the older version. And I noticed that it was more or less a winter shade for me. The shade after Chai is a different undertone. It runs a little bit red. I'm more in neutral golden or a neutral yellow undertone, depending on the brand of foundation, which is why I usually stick to Chai, because even though it runs a little bit light for me in the summer months, I think it's a much better shade, because buying a shade with the wrong undertone doesn't just make any sense to me. But before I go ahead and try it, I'm going to read about the new formula on Sephora's website. It's called the Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. It's $48 and comes in 30 shades. It's an undetectable foundation formula that delivers up to 24-hour hydration and color through wear that's transfer resistant, waterproof, and sweat and humidity proof. It's a medium coverage liquid formulation, and the highlighted ingredients are glycerin, vitamin E, and hyaluronic acid. It's free of parabens. It's also vegan and cruelty free. This natural finish foundation reduces the appearance of pores, improves appearance of skin tone, and is an all-day fade proof. It is non-caking, non-poring, non-streaking, and photo-friendly. Okay, so this is supposed to provide 24-hour hydration. It's supposed to be pore friendly. It's supposed to reduce the appearance of your pores and improve the appearance of your skin tone, and it's also supposed to be photo friendly. How to use: apply with fingertips or a brush, start at the center of the face and work outward. Apply more to achieve desired coverage. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like. I also got a sample of the shade Spice Rum, which I'm going to swatch. Now this is the shade Chai and this is the shade Spiced Rum. As you can see, both have starkly different undertones. Chai has a golden undertone and Spiced Rum has a rosy undertone. That's how it's described. And my undertones lean towards being golden and neutral, which is why I cannot wear this. I tried a sample of this and it just was off, which is why I always lean towards buying this one. Now I still have this Sephora samples of Chai and Spice Rum. I have other shades, so I'm going to try this side by side to see if the shades still correspond. Keep in mind that this one's they're drying down, but they're not really oxidizing. I think the shades are consistent. They said the shades are color true, so I don't think, or maybe it's just me, I don't think they're oxidizing. They're just drying down. This is Spiced Rum in the new formula and Spiced Rum in the old formula. The old formula seems more golden. This is Chai in the new formula and Chai in the old formula. They seem consistent. But this seems a little bit more golden too than the one in the new formula. All I have on my face is my moisturizer. Now I'm going to apply my primer. I'm going to apply the Maybelline Poreless Jelly Primer. That's one to just one side of my face. On the other half of my face, I won't apply any primer. I just want to see how the foundation will perform with and without a primer. just a pump onto the back of my hand. I'm going to begin with the side where I have a primer. I'm going to begin with a brush. So I'm going to take some dots on my hands. So I want to build this up. I don't want to have too much foundation. This does not have a fragrancy smell. My lighting is terrible today, I apologize. So this is just a few drops of one pump. I still have a lot here. This is very blurring. It's just evened out my complexion. It doesn't have a smell. There's no smell whatsoever. I don't know why I'm just looking for a smell. I don't remember if the other one, the older foundation, had a smell. It just evened out my complexion very nicely. And it's very good at covering. Oh my god. The dark spots on my face, on my forehead. Look at that, guys. I just covered that. I'm going in with some more to see if I can build it up. But I think those few drops I used, I think they're just enough for just evening out my complexion. That was just enough for me. I don't know. I think I remember how the other foundation was. I dare say I'm liking this one more. I am telling you guys, I'm sorry, but I dare say I'm liking this one more. This is not a paid review. I bought this with my money. I am liking this foundation more. It has a sort of glow too. Well, this is the side with the primer. And it looks so beautiful. It looks flawless almost immediately. Now, I do not have a lot of pores, but the little I have, it's blurred. Let me give you guys an up close of my face. This is nice. I think they knocked this out of the pack. This is my bare skin, and this is the foundation. This is all I have left, and it was just one pump I pumped out. It's supposed to be a natural finish foundation, but it does have some matte qualities in it. Very, very soft matte, so it's very breathable. It's very comfortable. You can't even feel it, you know. So it's more like a natural soft matte finish to me, because it's drying down beautifully. I really like it. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the foundation on this other side with a sponge. So let's do just a little bit and add to this the part of the sponge, and take some. Now, we were not instructed to use a sponge in the how to use instructions, but I'm just using it so we can see if we can also use a sponge, or how a sponge works with the product. Now, if you're new here, welcome. I have normal to dry skin, so basically combination skin, which is dry all over but oily around my T-zone area. I usually prefer foundations that are on the satiny, silky side. I also like foundations that are not too dewy, not super dewy. This is the side I used a sponge. It looks very flawless as well. And over here I used a brush. It was very easy to blend on both sides of my face, no issues with blending. The foundation appears very smoothing on the skin as well. It was able to cover everything, every dark spots, hyperpigmentation on my face effortlessly. It just looks flawless all the way. I like it. It looks like one of those foundations that was made well. It looks like my skin but better. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like it's being start falling apart. I like the brush application better than the sponge. Both sides still look beautiful anyway. So now I'm just going to briefly do a transfer test. I usually do my transfer test with my tissue paper. Both sides are clean, as you can see. So I'm briefly going to, what side did I go in? The side with the primer, or the side without a primer? Okay, that's all that transferred. just a little bit of transfer, so that's not bad at all. So this is another tissue. Let me just do the side with the primer. This is the side with the primer. So we have less product on the side with the primer. So I can say it's truly a transfer resistant product, because if you get this amount of transfer with just the foundation or with just the foundation and the primer, I think it's a transfer resistant product. Time now is 9:45 a.m. I'm going to go complete the rest of my makeup. So this is the finished look with the Too Faced Born This Way Undetectable Natural Finish Foundation and the rest of my makeup products. Everything turned out really nice. My makeup products did not interact badly with the foundation. I didn't have any hassle applying the product on top of the foundation. Everything went on well. As you can see, it turned out really nicely. The foundation is supposed to be long wearing. I think I was able to achieve a medium coverage. Now with this foundation, a little bit really goes a long way. You don't need a lot. You just need a little bit. You remember I pumped out only one pump and I couldn't even finish it, you know, on one side of my face. So a little bit really goes a long way. My skin feels hydrated. I don't feel my skin feeling dry or uncomfortable in any way. So we're going to see how this goes for the rest of the day. So I'm going to do maybe 6 or 7 hour wear test depending on how much time I have today or I can go for. So I'm going to do a few hours and then we shall see. Now this also doesn't have niacinamide. I know a lot of people are beginning to complain about reacting to niacinamide badly. So heads up, it doesn't have niacinamide. Other than the price, I think the price is steep. I remember buying it $30 something when I purchased the older version. I think it was about $39 or so. I know inflation and every other thing has happened over the years, but I think it's a beautiful formula. I think it's worth the penny. If you're my shade twin too, I think just buy chai. You should be fine. And it doesn't oxidize. It just dries down a little bit. It doesn't oxidize. It didn't oxidize on me. I think it's fine. The shade is fine. I think that's all we need to know for now. I'm going to begin my wear test now. The time now is 10:31 a.m. I might do a check-in after I get back from church, but if not, I'm going to come back and after a few hours show you how it looks and give you my final thoughts. So please don't go anywhere. So this is a 4-hour check-in. I just got back from church and decided to show you guys how the foundation looks. My face still looks pretty good, but my nose is beginning to have some oils, as you can see. The side of my nose, I'm already bleeding out with some oils, but it's not so bad yet. I can just fix that with some powder, but I wanted you guys to just see how it looks. The rest of my face is fine. My chin does have some oils as well, so forehead looks fine, very fine. The rest of my face is fine. Both sides still looking pretty good. That said, I'll come back and show you guys how it looks in a few hours, so don't go anywhere. Okay guys, I am done with my wear test and the time now is 6:53 p.m. So I've had this on for a little bit over 8 hours and this is how my face is looking. I do have oils, which is evident around my T-zone area, especially around the corner here on both sides. Now remember, I wore a primer on one side of my face, on the side of my face, if I remember clearly, and on this other side I didn't have a primer on. I do have oils on both sides. As I can tell, the difference is just very slight. So this is the side where I have a primer. Like I said earlier, usually when I have oils, it's around my T-zone area, especially on my nose. I don't just have oils on the nose. It's on the corner here, the oils is already beginning to seep through the pores and spread around the corner there. Now on this side, the same thing is happening. I do have some highlighter on the nose, which is why there's so much shine. On my forehead, I do have just a slight shine. The rest of my face is just fine. On my chin, I can see some oils peeking through as well. So this is how the entire face looks. It still looks good. I think it's a pretty good wear. I think the foundation wore pretty well in my opinion, regardless of the oils I'm having. I think it wore pretty well. All I need to do is blot or apply some powder up around my T-zone and I should be good to go. But besides that, it didn't do anything, any other funny thing, apart from a little bit of creasing I got around my mouth here, just a little bit. I didn't notice any other thing. It didn't fade while trying to drink water, I think some water ran down my chin a little bit. I had to use tissue to dab on it, and it did not lift off. The foundation did not lift off after I did that, so that was impressive. It did not stain the chin. Also, throughout the wear, my face has felt very comfortable, very hydrated. It claims to hydrate the skin for 24 hours, which I think is doing very well. So if you're looking for a foundation that is breathable, comfortable, if you have dry skin, I think you will love this foundation. I think you'll love this formula. It sits matte, but it doesn't feel matte at all. I think this is something you can wear on its own, just to even out your complexion and go run errands. You don't have to throw on other makeup products on top of it. Comparing it to the old formula, especially with the oils, I remember after wearing that foundation for a while, I usually used to have oils seep through my T-zone after wearing it for a while. It reminded me a little bit of the NARS Radiance foundation. The way it looks on the skin, it reminds me of that one. And the shade, so my shade Twins by Chai, the shade match is fine. I don't think I regret the shade match. I think it's okay. Even as I have a tan in the summer, it still matches me fine. So just get Chai, you should be fine. I don't think it oxidized. I think it's just true to color. I'm going to reapply some powder around my T-zone. I'll be using the About Face, the Curtain Core Loose Setting Powder. I have it open already. So let me just blot with some tissue before I go in with some powder, because I'm having oils. Oof. I think I may have made a mess. That's why I don't like blotting. Now I'm lifting up the foundation. So this is how the foundation looks after reapplying some powder. It looks better. It looks way better than it did before. And so that's what you do when you have problem with an oily T-zone. You either blot or reapply powder. I tried to blot with tissue and it started lifting off the foundation, which is why I really don't like to blot, because sometimes I have that issue of trying to blot and the blotting paper lifts off the foundation, or the foundation is not one that stays on the skin when you try to blot. So to me, it's safer to apply powder rather than blot. So this is how it looks, and I think it looks better. So I do recommend this foundation. I like it. I think it feels very good on my normal to dry skin. This will be something I'll be reaching for all the time. I really like it. I mean, the price is steep, but when you get something that's worth the price, I mean, you won't feel bad after all. But I do recommend it because I think it's a very beautiful formulation, new formulation. I think they did an amazing job. I think it was worth it. So guys, this is where I end my review for today. If this is your first time on my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for coming back. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. Until my next video, have a blessed night and stay safe.